Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video by McDonald Bullion, and today's video is going to be covering stacking gold and silver. Is it good to change them? We're going to take a look at that in today's video. Now, when it comes to gold and silver stacking, everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own views as to why they stack gold and silver. Some people see it as a hedge against inflation, some people see it as something to preserve their wealth or even investment. Now, I can't speak for everyone when it comes to the video of why they stack gold and silver. Everyone has their own opinion, but I can tell you why I stack gold and silver. Now, I stack gold and silver initially, firstly, because I wanted to do a savings account. I also saw it as a bit of an investment as well. So I saw it as a bit of an investment. I looked up some videos on YouTube. Some of the inspirations for the channel especially was going to be your big silver stacking channels, including Spectacular, and there's going to be Backyard Bullion as well. Backyard Bullion was one of the inspirations for me to create my own channel, purely because at the time I didn't know many British gold and silver stacking channels. There just didn't seem like there was many even a couple of years ago, but obviously we've seen a huge growth when it comes to gold and silver stacking channels here in the UK, with lots of different communities. You've got the Silver Forum, and you've also got Stackers Social as well, which is nice to bring everyone together and talk about gold and silver and other collectibles. And when it comes to gold and silver, everyone has their own reasons as to why they stack it, and everyone sets goals when they consider stacking gold and silver, you know, to a degree. And whether that goal be to stack 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 3 ounces, or whatever it is, silver or gold, we all think kind of, if we are going to be stacking, what are we going to be stacking for and how much should we own? Now, in terms of my experience, I never really set a goal of how much silver and gold I wanted to stack. At first, it was kind of a bit of a trial and error type thing. I want to say that when I first started stacking, one of the first pieces that I ever bought was going to be the 1 kilogram silver bar. The 1 kilogram silver bar was going to be the first purchase that I got from the Royal Mint, and obviously I overpaid for the price, because knowing what I know now, perhaps I wouldn't have spent the money on the Royal Mint. Perhaps I would have bought something from a private seller or a private collector or someone who I knew I could trust, and just get a bit of a better price than compared to the Royal Mint's website. And obviously we've seen silver bars increase a lot with the rise of the silver price, but the silver price is volatile. It goes up and down, it changes all the time. But after that, I thought, well, I'm going to set a goal of buying some silver, and I initially started the channel to document kind of the journey when it comes to being a gold and silver stacker. I wanted somewhere to publish the videos and how I, how the journey is for stacking gold and silver, especially in the UK as well, seeming as there weren't many channels. And of course, a lot of the support that I got from the US and everything was really great, and we've seen a huge rise in the stacking channels and loads of other channels that's come out. We're just very supportive of one another, and it's really nice to see. But I never really set an initial goal when it comes to gold and silver. Now, I still don't really. I stacked as an investment. I picked up an ounce every now and again, but obviously the goals and things kind of go out the window when you find pieces of what you like. And when I first went into it, I thought, well, I'm going to stack some Britannias and things because of obviously the incentives when it comes to capital gains tax. But, quickly seeing other videos, other collections, other pieces, it really perked my interest into buying other, pieces of silver. Especially I moved on to Maples, the Silver Eagles, other collections like Kookaburras and things like that. And really, watching videos, it widens your knowledge and widens your view when it comes to what other pieces are out there. And I think it started to drift off as no longer a bit of an investment or a savings account. It was more so that I was enjoying actually buying this sort of stuff. The silver in particular, you can pick up a 1 ounce silver coin or bar for around about £30 at the moment. But when I started buying it, you could pick a lot of coins up for around about £23-24, when obviously the silver price was a lot lower than what it is now. But even before then, you're talking pre-COVID, silver was a lot cheaper. Silver was like £11 an ounce, £12 an ounce, and of course the premium's going to stay high. but it just shows how times change and the silver price changes, and even goals changing when it comes to stacking goals. And to get back onto the point of stacking goals, it's something that changes all the time, and it's not to say that if you change your goals it's a bad thing. Really, if you are stacking purely as an investment, then you're going to stack to a certain degree and set goals. If you exceed them, great, I suppose, but you don't want to overstep the mark when it comes to it. And things change, your goals and things when it comes to it will change. Silver is not going to make you rich. Gold is not going to make you rich, but it's going to preserve your wealth, of course, unless you have a lot of it and you keep hold of it for a long time, which I would recommend with silver and gold. It's a long-term investment, I suppose. But now when it comes to my pieces in particular, I can't speak on everyone else, but it's the collection and everything and the fun that I find into buying silver and gold. If you'd asked me a couple of years ago I'd be buying a copper bullion bar, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have gone, well, copper's a load of rubbish because it's not a good investment. I'm not going to buy it. And I purely bought it just because I like doing it. And it's something that I suppose a bit of a silver and gold bug, whatever it is. You can get addicted to buying it, but it's a nice thing to buy. It's, I've seen lots of people buy too much silver, too much gold, or whatever it is very quickly, and they've had to sell for whatever reason. And a lot of the times when it comes to silver, there are people that would drift off and they don't really know why they're buying it. They're just buying lots of various pieces, which can be nice. It can be really great to have a really nice good silver collection. From my point of view, if I had a lot of silver, I'd find it a bit of a nightmare for storage, especially safes, and keeping it secure and everything. It can be a little bit more tricky when it comes to silver. And you've got gold. Gold is a lot more easier to store, of course. If you compare two of these silver bars, they're around about the same price as what you'd pay for a gold bar, which is pretty much just very, very small, very easy to store. And this is just an assay card. It's just the gold piece in the middle that's going to have the value. The blister card really doesn't add that much, and of course you can get loads of little loose gold gram bars and you can keep them in a little tiny little coin tube if you want. Imagine if you filled this up with gold grams, you'd be sitting on a nice amount. This holds 20 coins, I think, 20 ounces of silver. If you had 20 ounces of gold in there, quick maths, you're looking at nearly £40,000, I want to say. A lot of money. But if my maths was off, correct me, but it's a lot of money at the end of the day. Gold is a lot easier to store, and in terms of this year, stacking goals and things, I've not set them. I have really been purchasing some things that I have liked, but I'm really withholding myself and trying to keep myself strict on what purchasings I am making, especially when it comes to silver. Silver I don't see as a savings account really anymore. It's more so I'm turning to savings for gold just because it's a lot less premium, and if I do have to sell it for whatever reason, I'm not going to, but it's a lot easier when it comes to the premium, because the premiums typically on gold coins are like 2 to 3%, not even that, less than that. You're talking about 1 or 2% over spot, as opposed to silver coins, which can be a lot more. And if you sell in the short term silver, it's not going to be so good for your bank balance, that's for sure, especially if you have a lot of it. It's something that you need to keep or even hand down. Lots of people have different reasons as to why they stack gold and silver, but everyone has their own journey. There is no right or wrong, it's all purely subjective. But stacking goals and setting goals and things like that can be a good thing. It can also be a bit of a bad thing as well, because you can potentially go over or under and you might get stressed or whatever. You just got to think about why you're stacking in the first place. And I see it as much more of a hobby now, especially when it comes to silver. And creating videos and talking about, I suppose, about education and a bit of entertainment as well when it comes to creating gold and silver videos. It's nice for me to try and share that experience, especially to new people. And ultimately, I'm still learning a lot from lots of other people as well. I'm inquiring, hopefully in the future I'd like to start pouring some pieces, just for a bit of fun, not for like an investment or anything, but it comes with the hobby of setting goals and stacking in the first place. And of course, if you're like new to stacking, or if you're thinking about stacking silver, you don't even have to become really a stacker. You can just collect lots of different pieces. Now when it comes to silver, When it comes to numismatic, my Morgan dollars, I have a lot of Morgan dollars. You can see some of them in the background. It might not be able to capture it on camera, but I've got quite a few Morgan dollars that I keep a bit of a date run, and lots of other pieces like my Kookaburra collection, my Scottsdale collection, my Royal Mint. I collect one of each design really as a bit more of a collectability. I like looking at it, I like keeping it, and I like showing it to people that want to see it, I suppose. But in short, stacking goals, don't worry so much about them. Stack what you like, but to a degree. Don't overstack, so don't go overboard when it comes to buying too much gold and silver. It can be good to exceed goals, but also it can be a double-edged sword, so you just got to be really careful about it. But gold and silver is a long-term option anyway, and if you're going to hand it down, and if you're stacking within your means, then dollar cost averaging, it's really I think it's the better option. But I thought I would do a video today, just a bit of a unedited chat with you all, just talking about stacking goals and how my experience has changed over the years. I've only been a stacker for, I want to say, just over 2 years now. The channel's just hit 2 years old actually, and we've surpassed 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I remember doing my very first video, which when I look at my older videos now, I can't watch them, but they show you how you grow and everything. I think those content creators that create their first videos and everything, they probably cringe when they watch it. I definitely do, and even now I'm not an expert when it comes to gold and silver, and it's not financial advice, and I'm not going to be the best content creator when it comes to gold and silver. But what I will provide you is my humble opinions and my own experience when it comes to stacking gold and silver, and trying to put that in a simplified way for you all, so you can just watch and we can all have a chat really, and try and get a bit of a community going. And of course, we've seen some great rises with Stacker Social, which is really nice to see. There was anything like that before when I first started, and it's nice to see everyone getting together and sort of mucking in really. And of course, Cobra Stackers auctions, lots of these pieces I bought from Cobra Stacker, including the Vortex bar, the Kookaburra, the Batman proof coin. Lots of these things I wouldn't have bought if I'd just purely stuck to coins initially in start 2022, when I was thinking what I was going to be stacking. I would never have guessed I would have stacked any of this. And really, over time, over videos, over speaking to people and seeing lots of different great pieces, and my stacking goals changing, it's really put me on a different course, but in a good way, not in a bad way. It's something which I like to do, and I would hope to do in the future, and keep creating videos of educating and hopefully entertaining for you all really. But in terms of this year as well, what I did want to make a mention, Tavex Bullion, they have done a new competition which expires on the 9th of June. I will put a referral code in the comments below, but basically, if you are in the UK, Tavex Bullion are giving away £11,500 worth of gold and silver prizes. I don't know what the pieces are, but apparently they're really great. If you use my referral code, it will enter you in the competition, but it also enters my channel, into it as well. So there's an incentive, but please understand that, I'm not gaining anything from it. Whatever, if, I do win something, if it's not a channel or someone that has used the referral code, of course, I'm going to be doing a giveaway anyway. So if it comes to it and I manage to get something out of it, then of course I'll do a giveaway or something of those who have used the referral link. But it's free to do, it's very easy, it's very quick to sign up, and it enters you into a chance of winning some bullion. Not only just one chance, but also the chance of the channel as well. And the more people do it, the better chance that we've got of winning and giving some really cool pieces away. But we'll say the referral code is in the comments if you do want to check it out. But I'd love to hear your comments when it comes to, how your stacking goals have changed. How did you become a stacker? I've told you how I've become one, and I seem to have been more collecting recently, but I'm proud to be a stacker. I'm happy to collect gold and silver, and I am looking more so towards gold at the moment. Gold is at an all-time high, but I think gold is just a little bit nicer for me at the moment to collect when it comes to savings and stuff, just because the premium's a lot better. But when it comes to collectability, when I actually stand gold and silver together, I actually prefer the look of silver a little bit better. But I'll keep collecting silver, stacking silver and gold as well, and of course keep creating lots of videos along the way. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's going to be a bit of a longer one. I'm not going to really edit it down or anything to what I usually do. I thought I would just point and shoot and upload it and hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget the referral code if you haven't already, and if you are interested in trying to win some gold and silver from Tavex Bullion, who are a very friendly bunch of people. I've worked with them doing some coin reviews and things. You'll see them on my channel, and they're a good bunch, and you know, I like trying to share them out when I can. So if you want to help out the channel or anything, go check that out if you want to win some gold and silver bullion potentially. And if you did stay until the end, thank you so much. If you would like to become a channel member, if you want to support the channel further, I'll leave that link in the description as well. But please let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear them when it comes to your stacking goals and your thoughts on the future with gold and silver and how you started your journey, if anything. So thank you so much, and I will see you all in the very next video.